Hi guys, welcome back to You've Got This, the channel that's dedicated to teaching you life skills. Today we're doing part of the Basic Pantry series, and this is your Basic Spice Pantry. You can get a pen and paper and write down your basic spices, but you will also be finding a link in the description box below that has a list of your most basic spices. Don't try to accumulate all of these spices at one time because you're going to break your bank, because spices and herbs can be expensive. So you're going to gather them over time as recipes call for them. And when I put some recipes up for you guys, they're going to incorporate these basic spices, and hopefully you can kind of progress from there in gathering your basic spice pantry. Let's start with the most basic, salt. Pretty much almost all recipes call for salt unless you just don't want to eat salt because it's not really good for you. Pepper, these are whole peppercorns, and we just happen to grind ours in a mortar and pestle, but because we like it like that, because you can make big chunks or whatever, little ones, but you can just buy ground pepper, that's fine. Probably one of my very favorite spices is smoked paprika. Smoked paprika smells so good, you guys. It's got such a smoky smell to it. This is perfect in sauces and sprinkled on vegetables and in soups. I mean, it can be used in many ways. This is cumin. Cumin is used in all different kinds of cuisines, but you would find it very commonly like in Mexican food, in their meats a lot of times, and also in spice rubs. This is coriander. Coriander, I like it in a spicy peanut sauce, but it can be used, it'll be used in a lot of different recipes, and it's kind of got a citrusy smell. This is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is really hot, and you can use it in whatever quantities you want in your soups and your sauces. I eat a ton of red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes are used in Asian food. They're used in even like Italian food and sauces, and I eat it on pretty much my scrambled tofu, my mashed potatoes, my pizza, I can't think of anything I don't eat it on almost. You know, fresh garlic is always most amazing, but powdered garlic isn't bad. I just noticed a bunch of powdered garlic just went poof all over. But anyway, powdered garlic is great on vegetables, in soups and sauces. You'll use it a lot, all right? Oh, let's see here. What do we have? This is oregano. Oregano is obviously used a lot in Italian food, but it's also used in Mexican food and Greek food. Let me see if I can show you better. It's an herb. It's a dried leaf. Anyway, that's a really basic one. In salad dressings, all kinds of things, you gotta have oregano. I just remembered an herb I forgot to give you, but it's basil. Dried basil is really handy to have. I don't have it here, but it'll be on the list. Dried basil looks a lot like dried oregano. Dried basil is going to be used in all your Italian sauces, and it can be also used in salad dressings, and there are a multitude of things, spice rubs. This is thyme. I love thyme in gravies and sauces. This is rosemary. Rosemary are these stiff little leaves, and they're super aromatic, and they go on things like you would put them on pork or on in oven roasted vegetables or things like that. Bay leaves are these whole leaves. They're very aromatic, and They go in soups and sauces. I use them for every single soup I make, and when I'm doing different kinds of beans like black eyed peas or anything like that, it gives a nice aroma. They're not meant to be left in. You take them out at the end of the cooking period and you don't eat them because they're hard. They're like this. And they're dangerous too. People choke on them. They're a choking hazard. So make sure you keep track of where that bay leaf is. Those are all savory herbs and spices for the most part. And then you also are probably going to be doing a little bit of baking, I hope, because it's enjoyable. And the most basic thing you need to have for that is vanilla extract. Vanilla extract, it's going to be used in cookies, muffins, breads, icing, cake, pie, so many things. So a good vanilla extract, don't get the imitation vanilla. It really doesn't taste, it's a fake, it's like fake maple syrup or those things. They don't really have the true flavor. It's worth spending a little extra money to get the real vanilla extract, even if it's the store brand, it doesn't matter. Cinnamon, that's used so widely in breads and cookies, and you know all about that. Even just cinnamon toast is good. This is nutmeg. Now this is whole nutmeg, and you don't have to buy whole nutmeg. You can buy powdered nutmeg or ground nutmeg. It's used, well, eggnog for one thing, but it's really good when you put it in macaroni and cheese in the cheese sauce. It's so good. But it's used in a multitude of things. It's really worthwhile having nutmeg. When you think about Christmas, when you're cooking, or baking Christmassy things, or any holiday that you might celebrate. I grind, the reason this is whole is I grind it with a rasp so that I have fresh nutmeg, which is incredibly, the smell is so aromatic. But go ahead and buy ground. If you don't have a rasp, that's fine. So that would be your starting point for your herbs and spices and your basic, what I call your basic spice pantry. We'll probably be adding some additional ones that you would like to have for different recipes in your cupboard. But getting started, these would be the most commonly used, I think. I don't know, I would like to hear from you what you think. I may have forgotten some, like I forgot the basil, but you may have some that I didn't think about that I should have had in this, and I would love to hear in the comment section from you what I might have missed, or just some that you particularly love. I'm hoping that you found this helpful. Be looking forward to other basic pantry videos, which will be basic condiments that you should have on hand, basic pantry that has to do with what would you want to have in your pantry if there was a huge snowstorm and you can't get out for days and you need to have some basic food and baking items. And then I will have also probably some just basic extras that are nice to have on hand, like things like capers. They're a little bit fancy, but they can brighten up an entire recipe. So those are coming later. I hope you found this to be helpful. Like I said at the beginning, there is going to be a PDF. You should be able to see a PDF linked in the description box below. And I hope you'll keep following us on You've Got This. And if you found this to be something you would if you found this to be something that you find useful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks.